بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ثم أما بعد. Inshallah, we are continuing the study of the book Al-Ajroomiyah, and in the previous class we finished studying what is a speech according to the grammarians, and today we are going to the next line where it says, the Muallif rahimahullah, he says, وأقسامه ثلاثة يعني, and the parts of it, yani the parts of speech is three. He's saying it's divided into three. اسم وفعل وحرف جاء لمعنى. He says it's ism and it's fi'l and it's harfun that comes to give a meaning. جاء لمعنى. Okay, so ismun, you can roughly say it's a noun. Fi'lun, you can say it's a verb, and harf is a particle. Okay, but we are going to look into all of them separately, what they mean. All right, so first let's see what al-ismu, or what is ism. So like an English noun, an ism can refer to a person, place, thing, idea, or even more. Essentially, it is a word that conveys meaning on its own, and it is not tied to a specific time frame. So you'll understand that part better when we discuss verbs. So no need to worry about it for now, but here are some examples for this. Okay, so if I say tufahatun, okay, or muhammadun, or if I say aliyun, or I say limunatun, okay, or rajulun, or asan. All right, so each of these words convey a meaning on its own. Muhammad, when you say Muhammad, you understand it's pointing towards a person who is Muhammad. Tufahatun, this word indicates towards an apple. When you hear it, you immediately understand what it signifies or what it means. And this meaning is independent of any time frame. So when I tell you Muhammad, you don't get any idea of past, present, or future, right? So that is what it's trying to say. All right. Now let's look into a verb. What is a verb? فعل. So we have previously discussed that there are three categories of words, and we saw the first one, ismun, right? Now let's look into the second type, which is fi'lun. So as mentioned earlier, an ism is a term that conveys a meaning not tied to any specific time frame. That is what we learned about ism, right? That it's a word that has a meaning and that is not tied to any time frame. Now what about a fi'l? A fi'l can be broadly translated as a verb, but it encompasses any word that reflects a meaning, and it is linked to one of the three time period: past, present, and future. All right, so this is the difference between a verb and not a verb, an ism and a fi'l. So an ism gives you a meaning not connected to any time frame. A fi'l gives you a meaning and is also connected to any of the one time frames: past, present, or future. Okay, let's look at the following examples. I have the word kataba, which means he wrote. So this word is giving the meaning of writing in the past. Then I have yaktubu, which means he writes. This is giving me the meaning of writing in the present. Then I have uktub, write. I'm ordering someone, write. So this gives the meaning of writing in the future, because the command will be fulfilled after the speaker says it. After I say write, then you're going to write, correct? So this is future. All of these three words give the meaning of writing, but but in different time frames. Okay, so this one gives you a time frame of past, this one gives you a time frame of present, and this one gives you a time frame of future. Both an ism and a fi'l indicate a meaning, but the difference is that an ism is associated with any particular time frame, or an ism isn't associated with any particular time frame, but a fi'l is connected to a particular time frame. All right. Now we should remember, because we are discussing about verbs, we are discussing about fi'l, there are three kinds of fi'l. A fi'l can be of three kinds. The first one is madin, which is past tense. indicates something that happened before the speaker speaks or before the speaker says. Mudari means present, which indicates something that occurs at the time of the speaker or after. This is what mudari means, okay? Basically present. And amar is a command. It indicates something whose occurrence is sought after the speaker's time, okay? It should be at indicates at something whose occurrence is sought after the speaker's time. So after I speak, then the action is going to take place. This is amar. So these are the three types of verbs. So as we saw in the previous slide, kataba is madi, yaktubu is mudari, and uktub is amar. Okay. Now let's look at the third type of speech, which is harf. We've discussed the ism and the fi'l. Now let's explore the third and final category of Arabic words, which is the harf. Unlike the ism and the fi'l, a harf provides meaning in relation to other words. Let's give an example. To illustrate, when I say kitabun, it is clear to you that I'm referring to a book. There's no doubt about it. There is no need for further explanation for you to understand what kitabun signifies. All right? Now, if I say min, what do you think it means? You might be inclined to respond, of course, it means from, right? Obviously. However, you would be completely mistaken. Why is that? While one of the most frequent meaning of min is indeed from, it does not always carry that definition. Subhanallah. Let's look into an example. How can you determine the meaning of the word min? The answer lies in the context. For instance, for example, if I say ذهبت من البيت, ذهبت من البيت, over here the min gives you a meaning of from. I went from the house. But if I tell you باب من ذهب, here the word min is translated as of, a door of gold. So in both instances, the meaning of min is revealed through the surrounding words. All right? So that's why min is a harf that doesn't have a specific meaning. Its meaning is understood through its surrounding. A common mistake that many individuals make while translating is treating a harf, which is a preposition, the same way every time. For instance, they may always translate min as from and fi as in. Understanding that a harf is meant to provide meaning to another word is crucial. Therefore, it's important to consider the entire sentence before determining its meaning, rather than relying solely on translating the word in isolation. All right. So some examples of harf, some prepositions. Inna, an, bala, bal, qad, sawfa, hatta. Lata, in, thumma, aw. All right. And then also lam, la, lan, aw, lamma, ma. And lastly, min, ila, an, ala, illa, lakin. Okay. So these are some examples of particles that we have in Arabic. So that's all for today. We have covered the three parts of speech. In the next class, we are going to start with the next topic. If there's anything that I've said wrong, it's from me and Shaitan. Allah's Messenger is free from it. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant wa nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.